Africa's most decorated Olympian is among 7 candidates in the running for the IOC top job. Should she win, Kirsty Coventry will be the youngest, first female and African to hold the job. Because her presidency would be unprecedented, there is a greater amount of focus on Coventry. However, she says she's up to the task and is ready to push boundaries and make tough decisions. Coventry recently shared insights on her vision for the Olympic movement, including the issue of prize money at the Summer and Winter Games.
I would rather try and identify new ways of better supporting athletes on their journey to becoming an Olympian. For me as an athlete, that was the hardest time for me. It was hard to find sponsorship. It was hard on my family, and the Olympic Solidarity Scholarship that I managed to receive really added a lot of value. So I would rather put more focus on identifying direct funding to athletes before they get to the Olympic Games.
Some feel this would help to level the playing field, especially for African nations.
You know, I have a look at how the Olympics is run, and as much as it's called an amateur sport, there's some countries that are able to throw a lot of money to support their athletes. The lesser nations need a voice. They need a voice to be able to compete. Kirsty did that in the pool herself, and Kirsty, if she does get the position, has that ability from a sort of seniority perspective to say, you know what, if we're calling this a sport for everyone, then where does the fairness come in?
Coventry also weighed in on what it might take for Africa to host the Summer Games.
Really strategically look from the African Union point of view on how we can develop through the All Africa Games our infrastructure that can then be followed up and used by an Olympic Games bid.
Her candidacy is also important for women.
Because never mind the fact that it's huge that she'll be the first African, she'll be the youngest, but the fact that she's a woman who's achieving that, it speaks a lot to young girls, it speaks a lot to those that are aspiring for even roles that are not in sport.
The elections for the new head of the Olympics body will be held at the 144th IOC session between the 18th and the 21st of March. Farai Mwakutuya, CGTN, Harare, Zimbabwe.